Elon Musk has said that FTX's co-founder Sam Bankman Fried belongs in jail. The spectacular fall of his crypto empire last month has led to probes into the FTX co-founder. Since at least $1 billion has apparently vanished from the exchange, accusations of Bankman Fried mishandling customers' funds have surfaced. And in this video, we are going to talk about Elon Musk's reservations about Sam Bankman Fried and how he's right about him. First, let me ask you this. How can a person go from a net worth of $26 billion to $990 million in a month? Is it due to compulsive generosity or misdirection? Let me introduce you to Sam Bankman Fried. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, this is the biggest one-day loss in the history of all indexes. However, this is mainly because SBF had no material wealth to begin with. You see, the generous spirit of Sam Bankman Fried is well known to everyone. But how does one pledge to give up half his fortune while donating 99.99% of their earnings to the FTX Foundation? He is donating 149% of his money, and that does not add up mathematically. The FTX Foundation officially launched in February of 2021. The organization gave money to causes like ending animal cruelty and eradicating poverty worldwide. In addition, it allocates resources to initiatives that aim to boost humanity's future prospects. Now we know from Teddy Schleifer's tweet that he's been paying for the media as well. But that's not all. Elon had to step in to quell a Twitter rumor about Twitter that had gotten out of hand. Reports that Sam Bankman Fried owned a substantial portion of Twitter quickly went viral. But that's thought to be conspiracy, and Elon has told us we don't need evidence other than what we already have. If you look at the comments, you'll find a few additional explanations and evidence. The public, however, has more faith in the man who sent Starlink satellites to Ukraine and challenged Putin to a Twitter fight than in the man who gives money to the media and calls it gifts. It's possible that SBF texted Elon and they both agreed, but that doesn't indicate that he transferred the money. But many people don't believe Elon would lie on Twitter, which has a global audience. Additionally, SBF has a reputation for being dishonest to the point of being a possible pathological liar. And as these stories continue to circulate, Elon is in a tangle. Elon is an eccentric billionaire who has expressed an interest in colonizing Mars and frequently discusses evolution. And while he may waste time on social media, Elon Musk can have serious discussions with his engineers regarding the design of his company's products. And now, let's take a peek at this exchange between Elon Musk and Morgan Stanley's head of technology investment banking, Michael Grimes. It appears that Grimes has a favorable opinion of SBF since he begins his call with, "Sam Bankman Fried is why I'm calling." Elon then responds with 2 question marks. He doesn't know what he's talking about at all. It's very evident that he has never met him. Perhaps he mistook him for a local burger restaurant. So, this was a chat from April 25, 2022. And Elon obviously didn't fall for the scam since he knew the price was too good to be true. How does the man who joined the Giving Pledge and promised to donate half his fortune to charity then gave away 99% of his fortune to the FTX Foundation, supported several media outlets with grants, and was the second highest Democratic contributor managed to find $3 to $5 billion to invest in Twitter? That's obvious to everyone without a background in finance, right? Experts doubt he has $1 billion if he isn't using Bitcoin exchange as a huge piggy bank. Anyway, let's get into more specifics. Now, before we continue, I'd like to thank you for getting this far. And if you want to know more about how SBF used his fortune, then make sure to watch this next part. Before his fortune plummeted on November 11, Bankman Fried was a generous backer of Democrats. According to Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign finance reports, he was the runner-up in terms of individual donors. And during the presidential campaign, SBF gave a personal donation of $5.2 million. He also gave an additional $40 million to Democratic candidates in the next U.S. midterm elections in 2022. Bankman Fried is an American entrepreneur, investor, creator, and former CEO of FTX, FTX.US, which is both an exchange and a quantitative trading platform for cryptocurrency. However, FTX was hit by a crisis this year, and its cryptocurrency, FTT, plummeted as a result. He is Joe Biden's sixth largest donor this year and one of the greatest donors overall. And his donations to political campaigns total around $40 million, including $1 million to Beto O'Rourke's losing bid for governor of Texas. He also put a lot of money behind Carrick Flynn's congressional campaign because he believed in his program, which emphasized preventing pandemics. Unfortunately, Flynn did not win the primary race. He signed the Giving Pledge alongside other wealthy benefactors, including Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Yes, he has a great history, but he just stepped down as CEO of FTX and slowed down activities at Alameda Research. His business has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Also, unless they win the lottery, billionaires don't typically see their fortunes evaporate in a couple of days. It appears at this moment that SBF just cared about gaining respect and authority, and the money he raised served as fuel for the fire that created his false persona. Not only did this establish him as the leading figure in the cryptocurrency industry, but it also allowed him to amass vast fortunes from the savings of those who had hoped to become wealthy through FTX. And now, they're worried that they may have lost everything. Those are the crypto believers, and while SBF and his firm successfully established credibility by muddying the water between the worlds of crypto and virtual currency, they promptly betrayed their newfound patronage. It's the second time Bitcoin's instability and vulnerabilities have been exposed. The crypto market has taken another hit after the demise of FTX, which comes on the heels of the Terra Luna disaster, and the entire cryptocurrency market is now less stable as a result of this. Even Bitcoin, the most valuable digital money and the most costly currency, was affected by the drop. SBF's falsehoods got him into the media spotlight, and they are the very ones that will eventually bring him down. FTX allegedly used $10 billion in client funds to aid Alameda Research. If a client came to me and said, "I defrauded my consumers to profit myself," said John Reed Stark, a former SEC enforcement attorney and a specialist in cybersecurity law. To him, that's a major problem that extends far beyond any possible securities law infractions. He went on to say that if the accusations were accurate, Bankman Fried might be facing jail time. However, Bankman Fried and his companies are headquartered in the Bahamas, which is not subject to the same rules as the United States. Stark implied that the problem was not with the American law, but with the theft. He warned that stealing someone else's property would be criminal in every country in the world. Bankman Fried tweeted on November 7 that everything was okay. Assets were fine, and FTX had enough to cover all customer holdings before the full extent of FTX's financial disarray became clear. And although he claimed in another that the firm never made treasury investments involving customer funds, it now emerges that this was false. Those tweets were later deleted from his account. Bankman Fried's cynical perspective of ethics, articulated in a Twitter conversation with Future Perfect writer Kelsey Piper after the fall of FTX, contradicts the more nuanced ideas of right and wrong he discussed in the press earlier. Bankman Fried said that federal prosecutors in New York City are looking into his management of FTX in an interview with the New York Times. Stark likened any potential crime to Holmes's investment swindle. Additionally, he likened him to the infamous banker Bernard Madoff, who was responsible for the largest Ponzi scam in history. Both he and Changpeng Zhao made an effort to connect with SBF on an individual level. Initial impressions of each of them were terrible. It was smart of Elon to keep himself unlinked. Now, following the filing of criminal accusations against him by US authorities, SBF was detained in the Bahamas on December 12. However, users of FTX claim that the arrest does not create a feeling of justice or assurance that anyone's funds would be made whole even if he is sentenced to jail for deceiving investors. FTX users believe this is because the arrest provides little certainty that anyone's finances will be returned in full. So, what do you think about Elon Musk's move into not getting involved with Sam Bankman Fried? And what do you think is the result of his arrest? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.
And while you're at it, make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons as well. Now, if you want to know more about crypto investing, then make sure to click and watch this video right here and enjoy! And that's the end of this video, guys. See you next time!